Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's lesson we'll be learning C++. We'll be writing a program for C++. So we'll be using Dov C++. So from here, you see there are a series of questions here. We'll be using question 3. We are writing a program to accept 3 user inputs and compare these inputs and see if they are equal. Like we'll compare them and see if they are equal. If they are equal, we'll print on the screen equal. If they are not, we'll print on the screen not equal. So let's start by launching our program. Okay, so let's launch our program. So we'll be using this. Let's create a file. Okay. Yeah. So guys, we're about starting. I'm creating a new file for this one. Okay, so we've opened a new file for this. So as I said earlier, we'll be making a user break, like type two different inputs and compare these inputs if they are equal. Integers, of course, numbers. So we'll start with hash include no small letters. Hash include. You bring your site stream. So we'll move on to the next line. So in the next line, we'll be typing using namespace, namespace std semicolon. So so let's move on to the main lesson. So inputting integers. So we'll start with int. So for integer is int, then main, and we'll bring our brackets. Then we'll pass on our function. So to pass on the function, we'll use square brackets. Then we'll initiate our three variables. So we have integers. So our variable will be num1. So our first variable will be num1, and the second one num2, and the third one 3 user inputs num3. So we bring the semicolon. So first we'll pass on our user input. So for the user to be able to type, we'll have to pass it on. So for that to be able to happen, we start with C out, then you bring your signs, then we'll put it in a string. It's a string though. It's a string. So we'll type enter 3 integers. So what we want the user to see. So enter 3 integers so that the person will type enter 3 integers. Enter 3 integers. So this is what we want the user to see and type. So enter 3 integers. So enter 3 integers. Enter 3 integers. we'll move on to our next line. Our next line will be C in, which will pass it to, we'll bring our arrow signs. Then we'll implement our variable. That's num1, grab num2, then num3, then num3. We'll bring our semicolon. So the next step is to ask the program to check if these numbers are equal. You get it? So the next step, num1, num2, and num3. So our next step is to bring in the function that will help us to know whether they are equal or they are not equal. So then our next step, our function will be this. So checking if all these three variables are equal, numbers are equal. So this is what we'll type. If num1, that's the variable we passed earlier, the integer num1 is equal to. So our equal to sign here is, it compares whether these three variables are equal. So num1 is equal to num2, and then num2 is equal to num3. So if they are equal, our output, which is C out, will be equal to equal. So the printout will be equal. And if they are not equal, our output will be not equal. And then our program will end. So returning O will give us our results. So for me to verify if this is true, I would have to run this code for you guys to see. So let's run it and verify for ourselves if this is indeed right. So run, and then our program will end. So returning O will give us our results. So for me to verify if this is true, I would have to run this code for you guys to see. So let's run it and verify for ourselves if this is indeed right. So running this code. Okay, so running the code. So running it. Okay, so as I said earlier, our input, we are asked to type three integers as I said. So our three integers, I'm giving it 5, then 6, then 5. Let's see. So enter. So we have our, okay, so we have our results to be not equal. So since 5, 6, and 5, they are not the same. As we told it, our this one was if num1 is equal to num2 is equal to num3. If they are equal, we'll get equal. But since ours was not equal, we had not equal. So thank you for joining this class, and we'll see you in another video. Thank you.